Today's show is sponsored by the Electric Vehicle Association. Join up to support the electrification of transport and get the help you need to finance your own EV or clean energy future. And by Energy Sage. Visit the link in the description to find local verified solar experts, community projects and heat pump specialists in your area. And by Atmos Financial. Bank better with a financial technology company that's powered by a portfolio of clean energy investments. Welcome back to another episode of TEN, Transport Evolved News. Thanks for joining me. There are a record-breaking 47 stories in today's show, so let's get on with it. Don't forget that we also have chapter marks to allow you to skip around to the stories you want to hear, so you don't have to watch it all. We start today's show with the official reveal of the European spec Volkswagen Buzz GTX, an all-wheel drive variant of Volkswagen's electric microbus. You'll note I said European spec, and that's because Volkswagen has been explicit that this version revealed won't be the GTX variant we see in North America. But for other markets, I think you can look forward to a choice of two wheelbases, long or short, two battery pack options, 79 kilowatt hours or 86 kilowatt hours, and up to 335 horses at the wheels. That's 250 kilowatts. Both variants promise faster charging and the ability to tow up to 4,000 pounds, 1,819 kilos. Full pricing and specs to follow. Rivian and Tesla have flipped their respective switches to allow Rivian customers access to Tesla's Supercharger network in North America. Joining Ford, which got access a few weeks back, Rivian is the second automaker to get Supercharger network access for all of its owners using approved NACS adapters. It's great to see more charging options become available, but remember, if you're one of those who now has Supercharger access, be mindful of where you park and charge, because your car's charging inlet location may require you to park strangely, potentially blocking access for other EV owners. Chevrolet is expected to be on the list of brands to get access next in North America, with Polestar confirming this week that it's got access to the Supercharger network in China this week. Earlier this year, Ford confirmed that it has a special team of engineers working in a Skunkworks with the goal of developing a brand new low-cost EV platform. This week, Bloomberg fleshed out some of the details of said Skunkworks, citing anonymous sources within Ford that suggests the new platform will likely be used on 3 new global EV models from the Blue Oval: a compact SUV, a ride-sharing vehicle, and a brand new small pickup truck. Bloomberg claims the first vehicle from the project will arrive sometime in late 2026 with a target price of around $25,000. Ford hasn't confirmed any of this yet, but we'd guess the first vehicle will be the compact SUV to allow Ford to cross-shop against Tesla and Volkswagen's confirmed, similarly priced future models. Audi held its official unveiling of the PPE-based Q6 e-tron this week and promised we can expect many more new EV models from the brand this year. The Audi-badged sibling to the Porsche Macan EV, 2 battery pack capacities will be offered at launch, 83 kilowatt-hours net or 94.9 kilowatt-hours net, depending on market, alongside a choice of single or all-wheel drivetrain. While Audi will offer a sporty SQ6 e-tron variant with 4.2-second sprint time, the Quattro all-wheel drive variant will have a 5-second sprint time and should offer around 300 miles, 482 kilometers of range per charge, and up to 270 kilowatts of fast charging capabilities. It starts from just under €75,000 in Europe, with other market pricings to follow. Peugeot unveiled an all-new E5008 SUV this week, and while it's entering into an already crowded marketplace in mid-size SUVs, it's packing quite a lot of punch. Built on Stellantis' Stella Medium platform, the E5008 promises a range of up to 700 kilometres, 434 miles on the overly optimistic NEDC test cycle, which, if proven accurate in the real world, will put it ahead of rivals like the Kia EV9 and Volvo EX90. all while offering seating for up to 7. There will be shorter range, less powerful variants available when they launch this coming autumn. One important thing to note though is that while it is built on the brand new Stellar Medium platform, there will also be a hybrid and eventually plug-in hybrid variant of this vehicle, so don't expect EV-only packaging like we see in the Kia EV9. Ford's semi-autonomous hands-off driver assistance technology BlueCruise is now under official investigation at the hands of the US National Transportation Safety Board. According to the NTSB, a BlueCruise-equipped Ford Mustang Mach-E hit the rear of a Honda CR-V that was stationary on Highway 10 in San Antonio, Texas, killing the driver of the CR-V. While Reuters' reporting of the accident cites a police report that states the Mach-E was in, quote, partial automation, end quote, at the time of the accident, both the NTSB and the US National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, along with cooperation from Ford, is investigating if BlueCruise was active at the time of the incident. Our sympathies go out to the families of those involved in this collision, and, as I should remind you, semi-autonomous vehicle systems require constant supervision from you, the driver. It's long been known that for the most part, small, fun, funky hatchbacks from Europe and Asia rarely make their way to the US and Canada because pickups and SUVs. But this week, Volkswagen Group America CEO Pablo Deci suggested there's a possibility the Volkswagen ID GTI could come to the US and Canada as an affordable hot hatch. Talking during Volkswagen's annual media conference, he said that, quote, it would make sense if we hit the right price point, seeming to suggest that the Volkswagen GTI badge could live on in North America after all. Based on the ID2, which itself is due to launch in 2026 as Volkswagen's smallest MEB-based EV, I've got to admit that I would love to see the GTI itch get scratched, as frankly, North America has too many big vehicles. BMW unveiled the second of its concept vehicles based on its all-new EV platform this week, the BMW Vision New Class EVX. Following on from the Vision New Class sedan, the Vision New Class EVX is an SAV, or a sport activity vehicle. The styling is most certainly a little controversial, at least from the front. The kidney grille lights up to look like two very large nostrils, and the interior is a run-of-the-mill BMW concept vehicle. But what's really interesting is not easily on view. The car's 800-volt battery pack, which, unlike production EVs from BMW to date, uses cylindrical cells that the company says are both more energy-dense but also allow for a higher fast charging rate when compared to prismatic cells. It's capable of adding 186 miles, 300 kilometres of range in just 10 minutes in optimal conditions. We can expect production vehicles based on the concept in the near future. Tesla CEO Elon Musk's controversial interview with Don Lemon went live this week on both YouTube and X, and during it, Elon Musk made some comments about Tesla's long-promised second-generation Roadster. During the wide-ranging interview, in which Elon Musk stated that, quote, we are all descended from slaves, end quote, Elon said he did not, quote, want to put a thumb on the scale, end quote, of the US election, and added he did not go to Florida to meet with former President Donald Trump, but rather that he was visiting a friend and Donald Trump happened to drop by for breakfast. Elon Musk promised that the Tesla Roadster, first unveiled in 2017, would indeed be built in collaboration with SpaceX and, quote, would be something that's never existed before, end quote, with, quote, Jetsons vibes, end quote. Musk now says it will enter production next year. The US EPA has finalised its new emission standards for new vehicles made between 2027 and 2032, and given the size of the US market, it will affect the global auto industry. Following heavy lobbying from large parts of the auto industry on Capitol Hill, the EPA targets were softened from what was previously promised, shifting from the originally proposed industry target of hitting a market share of 67% EV sales by 2032 to a market share made up of 56% EV sales by the same time, along with at least 13% market share plug-in hybrid on top. The end goal of the Biden administration's transition remains the same, however, meaning that while initial speed of change has been lessened, subsequent targets will increase far more rapidly than originally anticipated. And while this might not appear to directly impact sales where you live, since most automakers make vehicles with global targets and trends in mind, this could affect EV sales globally for the foreseeable future. Our short shorts are coming in a second, but first a word from a long-time sponsor of the channel, Energy Sage. Energy Sage helps homeowners connect with local verified solar installers across the US and now heat pump specialists in select markets who really know their stuff and can help you navigate the process of installing solar panels, help you join a community solar program, or get a heat pump installed. I used Energy Sage when we were looking for installers willing to help us put solar panels on the roof of our home, and our Energy Sage verified installers were professional, knowledgeable, and even put us in touch with an amazing credit union that allowed us to finance our solar panels for as low a monthly payment as possible. Follow the links below to sign up for either of Energy Sage's free no-obligation services and get that ball rolling today. If you do choose to use an Energy Sage installer for your project, we will get a small referral fee, so you'll be helping the channel too. And as someone whose local utility put rates up by 18% in January, I'm very glad I already have solar, so won't you join me? And now it's time for short shorts. Storedot has officially opened a 5,800 square foot advanced technology campus in Irvine, California. The company's North American R&D headquarters for XFC batteries will allow the firm to better collaborate with US automakers. EVgo has officially commissioned the first charging location built using prefabricated fast charging stations. By building charging stations atop metal plates that can be deployed on location, it says its first location that uses prefab units in Texas is the first of many. Hyundai Motor Group is recalling 147,000 EVs in the US over a software glitch in the ICCU that could cause a sudden loss of power while driving. Models impacted include Hyundai EV, Kia EV, and Genesis EV models. 2 men have formally been charged by the US Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of New York with trying to sell a company's trade secrets pertaining to EV battery pack manufacturing. Filling in the blanks, it appears that the company in question was Tesla. Volvo Germany's head of online business, Alex Anhausen, told Automotive News Europe this week that Volvo customers are willing to wait it out to get the delayed EX90 and EX30 because they are, quote, the right products at the right time, end quote. Reporting from KED Global and Reuters suggests that Nissan is in advanced talks with SK On to establish a new battery production facility in the US for Nissan North American models. Neither firm has confirmed the rumours at this time. Citroën has published pricing of the new e-Berlingo and its sibling, the e-Space Tourer in the UK. Fitted with a 50 kilowatt-hour LFP battery pack, the e-Berlingo will start from £30,990 sterling, with its e-Space Tourer sibling costing $7,000 more. Chinese EV company XPeng posted its year-end 2023 financials this week, showing that while its deliveries have increased 17.3% year-over-year and its revenue increased 14.2%, its losses widened by 13.5% as well. An ongoing legal battle between Tesla and Fastned over high-power fast-charging infrastructure at German rest stops is dramatically slowing down the deployment of new fast-charging infrastructure in the country. It's reported the court case may not be resolved for an entire year. Volkswagen confirmed this week that it's intensifying its partnership with Mobileye in order to accelerate autonomous vehicle goals. Mobileye has already worked with Volkswagen on various vehicles, and its technology will feature heavily in future Volkswagen Group cars. Shell has confirmed plans to essentially close up to 1,000 of its Shell-branded filling stations this year in order to further concentrate on deploying EV charging infrastructure. It's all part of a new roadmap strategy document published to investors earlier this week. Charging hardware specialist iCharging has announced that its Blueberry cluster and Blueberry Plus charging infrastructure can now support a maximum power capacity of 900 kilowatts, shared between multiple different vehicles charging at the same time. A joint partnership between Dominion Energy, Thomas-built buses and multiple school districts in the Commonwealth of Virginia is celebrating after its fleet of more than 125 electric school buses crossed over the 1.5 million EV milestone. The Indian government has finally given the green light for a new program designed to lower import duties due on EVs imported to the nation. As part of the deal, however, Tesla and other EV companies must agree to set up Indian factories, make an investment in the country, and import no more than 40,000 EVs made overseas. The rumoured partnership between Nissan and Honda we reported on last week is now official. Confirmed this week during a joint press conference, the two rival firms have confirmed they have started a feasibility study into the possibility of a strategic partnership on EVs. VinFast's founder and CEO has announced a new VinFast branded company, vGreen. It's designed to be a charging network owned and operated by the brand, and it's already installed its first bank of vGreen's charging stations at a location in Vietnam. Swedish electric hydrofoil specialist Candela has closed its latest funding round with a total of €24.5 million in the bank. The largest round of funding in the company's history, Candela's rapidly expanding its production capabilities to electrify watercraft around the world. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has announced a new $77 million federal grant program to fund a massive school bus electrification effort in the city, as well as establishing a first in the US electric truck charging depot at the Hunts Point Food Distribution Center. Lunaz Group, split between Lunaz Design and Lunaz Applied Technologies, has entered into restructuring and halted all operations. The company filed a note of intent that says it aims to appoint administrators shortly. It's the latest in a long line of UK firms hitting hard times. Volkswagen-owned luxury brand Bentley has confirmed that it would be pushing back its first EV, blaming technical problems with vehicle software, and says it will not become a pure EV company until 2033. 3 years later than it originally planned. The California Energy Commission has awarded $3 million of grant funds to Borg Warner, Fermata Energy and Lion Electric to undertake a new vehicle-to-grid test project focused on California school buses. It will leverage school buses capable of bidirectional charging to make the grid less stressed. A trial between the UK National Grid and Octopus Energy in the UK is proving that EVs can help balance power demands by leveraging fleets of EV customers to operate as virtual power plants, reducing the need for peaker power plants and high-carbon electricity generation. Newly published data from the American Clean Power Association and Wood Mackenzie shows that the US grid-tied energy storage hit a record for deployment in the last quarter of last year, totaling a massive 4,230 megawatt-hours of additional power capacity. A team of researchers in Australia have developed a new method for producing roll-to-roll printable, flexible, perovskite solar cells that offer a lab-scale efficiency of 11%. While less efficient than many solid-cell technologies, these printed flexible cells can be put pretty much anywhere. The UK government has extended its electric vehicle charge point grant programme to include street-side charging furniture, meaning those who do not have off-street parking can now use the grant funding to help install street-side charging next to their home. Although Tesla is currently offering some sweeteners to encourage people to buy a Model Y before the end of this quarter, it's now bringing out the sticks too, telling customers they face a $1,000 price hike on April 1st. And no, we're not joking. While Fiat had previously only intended to bring all-electric versions of its Fiat 500 to the US and Canada, rumours this week suggest that the automaker might be about to change that, with Automotive News Europe claiming internal combustion engine variants will return as well. San Francisco Bay Area startup Amber has announced a new extended warranty plan for Teslas that are out of their original warranty period. Unlike many extended warranties, Amber says it will cover high-voltage battery packs and drivetrain units. Coverage starts from $40 a month. Video footage intended for Aptera investors has leaked online. In the video, Aptera Motors co-founders Steve Fambro and Chris Anthony discuss everything from a potential IPO to future models. Based on the video, Aptera does look like it might eye an IPO around production launch. BYD's market share of new energy vehicles in its home market of China is fast approaching 50%. According to the company's CEO, the firm currently represents 48.2% of all EV and plug-in hybrid cars sold in China. Panasonic and Subaru have signed a, quote, basic cooperative agreement, end quote, covering the supply of Panasonic automotive-grade lithium-ion battery packs to Subaru for use in future all-electric vehicles, and covers cylindrical rather than prismatic battery cells. The National Renewable Energy Laboratory has published a new study in which it lays out the tough numbers, namely that the US needs to dramatically increase the number of public and private EV charging stations in order to service the more than 33 million EVs it now says might be on the nation's roads by 2030. General Motors appears to be considering a new battery pack design with a difference. According to patents filed this week, the automaker is considering a novel pack design made up of irregularly shaped cells similar to Tetris blocks designed to improve overall pack cooling. A Ford F150 Lightning owner has covered 93,000 miles in 21 months and has posted details of a recent battery health check, and even after all of that travel, reports the truck's extended range battery pack has 97% of its original capacity, which is far in excess of what any mandated battery warranty would suggest. Following on from its record-breaking range test last year, Mercedes-Benz's EQXX concept car has travelled 627.6 miles, over 1,000 kilometres, with plenty of range left in the battery, all while running the car's air conditioning in the extreme heat of the Arabian desert. It managed 8.4 miles per kilowatt hour. And those are your shorts. There will be more next week. Our final two stories are next, but first I have a quick word from one of today's video sponsors, Atmos Financial. Imagine a bank where your savings not only grow, but also go towards growing a greener world. That's exactly what Atmos Financial does for you. With Atmos, every dollar in your checking and savings account is funding projects that light up lives with solar rather than fossil fuels. Atmos is banking that builds a better tomorrow with every swipe of your card because it's committed to investing 100% in equitable, clean and sustainable progress. With a 3.5% savings rate and a mobile app, your finances and the climate go hand in hand. It charges no monthly fees and there are no minimums keeping you awake at night. It offers accessible solar loans for those who want to give the fossil fuel industry the ultimate middle finger. And by joining Atmos by using the link below, you're not only choosing a smarter way to bank, you're planting seeds for a healthier earth. And every sign-up supports this channel so we can keep bringing you the content you love. I am personally a customer and I love knowing that I'm helping save money and making sure that my investment doesn't end up funding the fossil fuel industry. And now it's time for those last two stories. Despite claiming that it was in the process of finding new funding opportunities just 1 week ago, it appears we're in the death watch mode for EV startup Fisker. This week, it made an SEC filing on Monday confirming that its production partner is pausing all EV production for the next 6 weeks as it searches for new funding opportunities. It failed to file its Form 10K with the SEC on March 15th, putting it in default under its convertible notes due in 2025. And while its investors waived their rights to convert those notes as it worked to file its Form 10K, things aren't looking good. At the same time, Fisker opted not to pay an $8.4 million interest payment that was due on the same date, noting that while it had the liquidity to pay the loan on time, it's trying to improve its financial situation. It has about 3 weeks left to pay that amount, or it will officially be in default of that loan as well. And finally, I am personally often accused of having a vendetta against Tesla and Elon Musk, and I've lost count of the number of people who claim that we never say positive things about either Tesla or Elon. Well, today, it's time to give some much-needed praise to Tesla after its team, and I don't know if Elon Musk was involved or not, broke with all of the company's standard protocols to ensure a Tesla Cybertruck customer with stage 4 cancer was able to take delivery of their Tesla Cybertruck ahead of planned schedule. In addition to helping the customer jump the queue, Tesla even made a point of making a celebration of it at the customer's home, bringing along additional Cybertrucks and a little Cybertruck flag to place on the driveway. I have personally lost a father and a sister to cancer way too young, and I'm the only person in my family who has not had cancer, so I just want to reiterate my praise here. Thank you to whomever it was at Tesla who made this happen. I mean it when I say, good job. And on that note, we are in fact done for today. As always, a massive thank you to the Electric Vehicle Association for sponsoring today's show. They have been advocating for EVs since 1967 and firmly believe our future depends on us making the switch to clean, green electric cars today. The EVA can help you find someone near to you that can help you make that switch to electric. It can help you become an EV educator, and it can point you in the direction of monthly meetups for like-minded EV fans. And if you become a member, you'll gain access to a clean energy and EV loan program set up between the EVA and the Colorado Clean Energy Credit Union. So find out more by heading to electricauto.org. And thanks to Energy Sage. Follow the links below to find out how easy it can be to get verified, trustworthy solar experts helping you make the step towards energy self-sufficiency through solar on the roof of your home, by joining a local community solar project, or by getting a heat pump installed. And thanks to Atmos Financial. Bank better by following the link below. As usual, we would love it if you'd consider supporting us from $1 a month on Patreon, or about $10.08 a year. The overwhelming majority of our income comes from Patreon support, and it's thanks to you that I'm able to pay the team and make sure everyone has healthcare. We have got some big expenses coming up this year though, so if you'd like to help lighten the load, follow the links below, book myself or Kate for a personal one-on-one consulting session, a full-blown presentation to your community group, or in fact, work with your company. And don't forget to visit our swag store for our new design this month, which is all about getting the lasso out and tackling EV FUD and EV bull. It, along with the rest of our merch, is there for your TE swag needs. And of course, we'll be back next week as usual with content going out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Also, I'm going to pass on a thanks from Kate. She's doing great in her recovery and she'll be back on the channel very soon. Just a reminder as well, if you're in a group currently feeling the full force brunt of hate at the hands of legislators and people who do not want you to exist, remember that you're not alone. You're valid, you're loved, and we all think you're freaking awesome because you're watching this show and making the channel even better. So until next time, stay safe regardless of your identity or who you love, being an amazing ally, be kind, register to vote, and please, for the sake of everyone's future, keep evolving.